This is what Bill Maher had to say on Friday night about this election. This will crystallize everything for everybody who is sick and tired of elitist liberal people.
On the Friday before Election Day, and at least one of my predictions was right on the money. It's tied, as it always is. That's just who this country is now. Two tribes united by a history, but maybe not a future. I'm sticking with my other prediction that Harris is going to win, but I can't say I'm not nervous that the election is in the hands of a small cohort of undecided voters, those curious few bisexuals of the political world.
That's actually a good line.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
Mike Gosney wrote it.
No, he doesn't like to think that.
Oh, everybody loves to mock, but I see it as more of a personality thing. I call them the Christmas Eve shoppers of politics. So let me have a word with them.
I also don't believe anyone's undecided.
Hi, Christmas Eve voter. Look, you obviously don't like Trump, or you'd be in that camp already, but you're still torn. And I'm the guy who keeps saying, I get why. You wanted more reassurance that the Democrat isn't going to go along with every aggressively anti-common sense idea that comes out of the woke mind virus, which, yes, is a thing. And if she loses, that will be
He's now a
mainly
right-wing
why.
nut job.
And part of that mind virus is progressivophobia, Steven Pinker's term for the liberal fear of ever admitting when things are actually good. As The Economist puts it about America today, an economy with an unemployment rate of 4% and a per-person GDP of $85,000.
Does this man understand averages?
No.
Because he wears glasses like he's a smart guy. You know, that's the thing. Bill Maher's a smart guy.
Why is glasses associated with smart people when it really only has to do with people with poor vision? I don't understand the connection.
Well, here's the thing. An economy with an unemployment rate of 4%. Yes, people are unemployed or underemployed. And in many cases, they have stopped looking for jobs because none of them can pay a living wage. They still have to be on welfare at the same time, or they have several jobs. And a per person GDP of 85,000. Well, let's see, Bill. If somebody's making $35,000 a year, what does the other person have to make in order for the average to be 85,000? Well, that other person is going to have to make, let me do the math right in my head, $140,000 a year. I think that's right.
I don't look at me. I've got challenges. I am mathematically challenged. I don't want to think about it.
$145,000 a year. Now, does that sound like a fair system when we have that big of a gap? Yeah, no, he really hasn't worked a day in his life. I highly doubt that.
He doesn't write his own stuff, especially that last line. It was good.
Now you expand this out many, many multiples further, and you can see why the economic gap is so insane. When you consider that over 50% of this country can't afford a hospital emergency. Half this country cannot actually afford to pay rent. They're literally stringing themselves along.
But notice the correlation between somebody who has no concept of that and is also predicting that Harris wins. Yeah. That is a completely out of touch person. And that's why when I talk to people like that, I know like in my peer group and people like whatever, and they feel very comfortable saying that somebody like Kamala is going to win because they have never been outside of their little bubble. It's if you spend any amount of time with working people, it's really not hard to see the writing on the wall. I've been noticing it for a few years now, very, very specifically. And again, yes, I live in Florida, but we live in Broward County. Broward's the bluest county in Florida. So if I'm noticing those things here, it's only going to be more so in other places. Like he's just so out of touch.
Dollars does not have to be made great again. It is great. The phrase I hear so much that makes me just want to unalive myself is, how's she going to help me? Like the president is your personal genie.
This is a rich man telling you that the commander-in-chief doesn't need to help you. She just needs to sit on a throne. I mean, that is what he's saying.
Well, and this is somebody who was coronated. She didn't win a single primary vote. So again, like, I think, and so when you see those audits, like, who was that woman who was on that other panel where she's like, does it really matter? But people don't really care if they vote in the primary.
The Upper West Side Jewish liberal.
Right.
It's
that
like,
mindset, same as him. Like, to them, it's perfectly fine that she was coronated because, of course, she's better than him.
Why do you care about a primary?
Do they really care? Do people care?
This is who has taken over the party. This isn't the party of labor.
No.
And it hasn't been for a long time.
Look at him.
Party of the Clintons.
Actually, the freeze frame on him and her is both really very good.
We haven't even gotten to it yet, but I'm going to, yes, that is it's like,
and she's like, they're both, it's perfect freeze frame on them.
Really is. I didn't intend to do it.
I know, but it's good.
It's Kamala, not Kazam. And it's a government, not an insurance company. I don't know if Kamala worked at McDonald's, but she's not Flo from Progressive. You should be voting Harris because of the economy. But undecideds don't get that message because Democrats can't make the words, things aren't so bad, ever come out of their mouths, lest someone somewhere accuse them of not caring enough about people who are struggling. But even in a good economy, some segment of society will always struggle with money, mostly liberal arts majors.
I want to punch him.
He really
I want to punch him so badly.
Asshole.
Oh my God, what an elitist piece of shit. So not, and again, I understand the reference to, like, I know, right?
What is it supposed to be there?
To
promote the general welfare.
Police us and make sure that we're all not speaking our minds. That to me, that whole, I knew I would feel like this. It's just disgusting. He's disgusting.
And he is apparently the upper class liberal whisperer. Like, he apparently is the voice that understands exactly what's going on. And that, to me, is just ridiculous.
I feel like we're not getting anywhere.